This video is all about the waste of motion. Motion has to do with human motion, and it accounts for a ton of inefficiency and waste in our organizations and daily lives. Sure, you have to move, of course, to do your job, but let's be real, just breathing is not going to run your business. Motion by itself is a waste. It does not add value to your customers. Unless you're running a dance studio. If you're running a dance studio, then motion has some value. But besides that, just dancing to the hokey pokey all day long, reaching and touching your toes and walking back and forth, that's not going to create value. That's not going to run a business. And so motion is regarded as a waste. To illustrate this point, I'm going to give you a demonstration of the process of me making a cup of coffee. Because I love coffee, I have a cup every morning. So what I'm going to do is do this 2 times. In the first video, you're going to see a ton of motion, so pay close attention. And then I'm going to do things a little bit differently, and I want you to see the improvements that can be made when eliminating the waste of motion. I actually love a French press in the morning, so here we go. First, I gotta get the water, and now heat it on the stove. Meanwhile, I'm grinding the coffee and getting everything I need. The cup, the French press, the measuring cup, the creamer, and a pack of stevia. The water's ready and I'm filling up the French press, the creamer, putting things away, completing the cup. It's steeping though, but now it's done, and I fill the cup and it's a great cup of coffee. This is the layout of this first scenario, and you can see that all of my tools and equipment and materials, they're all spread out. Spreading them out like this makes for a lot of motion, and you can see that by just watching the video fast forward. But if I rearrange the items in the kitchen like this, I can dramatically reduce the amount of motion required to make my cup of coffee. So now we're going to make another cup of coffee with this new layout and see how it performs. Here I come, gotta fill up the water, now heating it over the stove while I'm grinding the coffee right there in front of me, preparing the French press, preparing the cup with the creamer and the stevia. The water's ready, I'm filling up the French press, letting it steep, now it's ready. Fill up the cup of coffee, and yet again, another great cup. In the first example I showed you, I spent 182 seconds moving around. In the second example, I spent only 121 seconds, which represents a 33% reduction in the time it took me moving around for a total savings of 61 seconds. You may not think that saving 1 minute of motion is a big deal, but in a busy morning, there's a lot of other things I could be doing in the kitchen to prepare breakfast with 61 seconds. Secondly, if I save 61 seconds every morning of every day of the entire year, that represents a total time savings of over 6 hours. There's one thing that I think is just awesome about this example, and I just can't help myself. The fact that I spent 2 minutes improving my kitchen, reorganizing things, and now I'm gonna gain back 6 hours of saved time over the next year. That's a pretty good deal. It really doesn't get much better than that. And just think if I could do that every single day. If I did that every day, man, 6 hours is gonna turn into 6 days and 6 weeks and 6 months. By the end of my life, I could have saved years. All because I'm learning to use my brain and think like a lean thinker. That's what this is all about. Even the small stuff, it all counts. So pay attention to the wasted motion. If you can get rid of it, make things even a little bit better, you're off on an incredible journey of becoming lean and creating an incredible company in life.